Are you hosting an event? Do you need ice, party ice in large or small quantities? Then call us at 622-5933 for the best party ice available. What are you looking for tents to rent? Well, look no further. At Easy Party. Planning a party? Worry no more. We have all the supplies you need. You can get meat anywhere, but for the best cuts of chicken. Greetings, greetings, residents of Buxton, Friendship, and surrounding communities. The Ghana Medical Mission is here again. Yes, it's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday.
All right, so you might be wondering where we are, still in Buxton at Club Twilight. All right, so today we are here at Club Twilight.
Guyana, Eldorado, best of all the world to me. In my heart, where'er I wander, memories enshrine and be. All my hopes and aspirations, all my longings flows aside. Everlasting bonds surround us as the fleeting years roll by.
gripo greu padaze, murbe naitiarum talentai, mansada, wium sawida, de quebrate la poro iram sada y pairam ku, y poco prana hasta un corem sa, atu pansa. Pinanepu negat poiru ze quebrawi wom pampe ala pruya o ala pruya.
From Pacarima speaks of birth to Correntes the sons, where children pledge each faithful heart to guard Guyana's lands, to foil the shock of rude invaders who'd violate earth, to cherish and defend forever the slave that gave them birth. We'll forge a nation's mighty sword. want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. Together, my comrades, we will build our new Guyana, a country where all are equal opportunity. So let us begin now to show loyalty to Guyana by showing love and respect for all Guyanese.
My brothers, my sisters, we will live and die here together. On to one people, one nation, one destiny. For harmonious living, cooperation will be forever. In work and play as we live as proud Guyanese.
Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free.
When it's time we sit, all the nations in the interior, our natural resources are there in great quantity. And we will do farming and establish jobs by the border. We'll grow more food so we could fill all Guyanese.
My greatest desire is to serve my country, Guyana, and sincerely help my Guyana to move along. Our government asks us that we study hard and we learn the things that will help Guyana
Are you hosting an event? Do you need ice, party ice in large or small quantities? Then call us at 622-5933 for the best party ice available. $1,000 per bag. We do delivery. EC Crystals, Sideline Dam, Buxton North. Call to have your orders filled today. Are you looking for tents to rent? Well, look no further. At EC Party Rentals, Sideline Dam, Buxton North, we have tents in all sizes and colors. All sizes of tents we have. Small tents, big tents, medium tents, extra large tents. Call us on 622-5933. We have what you need. EC Party Rentals. Big on tents. Planning a party? Worry no more. We have all the supplies you need. At EC Party Rentals, we have folding chairs, folding tables, square tables, round tables, long tables, short tables, big tables. We have chairs, red chairs, gold chairs, white chairs, crystal chairs, chairs of all type. Throne chairs. What you want, we have. Food warmers, coolers, ice, beverages. At EC Party Rentals, we have what you need to have a good time. You plan the party, we do the work. Call us 622-5933. Easy Party Rentals. Let's keep your party going.
You can get meat anywhere, but for the best cuts of chicken, beef, pork, mutton, and lots more, check out T and W Harris Butcher Shop located in the East Rheinveld Market Meat Section. Call us on 609-7168, 641-4494. Ask for Rastaman. T and W Harris Butcher Shop for the best in fresh cut meats and lots more.
Greetings, greetings, residents of Buxton, Friendship, and surrounding communities. The Guyana Medical Mission is here again. Yes, the overseas doctors are here again. Free medical checkup this Thursday at the Buxton Health Center. Come out and have your free medical checkups. Buxton Health Center this Thursday. The Overseas Medical Mission is here again. On Friday, get your orthopedic and dental checkups at the Girl Guides Association. Yes, on Friday, it's the dental and orthopedic checkup at the Girl Guides Pavilion. But Buxton, this Thursday, it's your time to get your free medical checkup at the Buxton Health Center. The Ghana Medical Mission is here.
It's karaoke and oldies night this and every Thursday with Al Christie and popular DJs at Club Twilight Sideline down Buxton North.
Here, trust me, if you are on the East Coast, you're in Buxton, you're in town, you're looking for a place to get away to, this is the place. The Cutters, mwah. And then of course the ambience is beautiful, fully air conditioned, the decor is on point, the music's on point, everything's on point. So if you want to find a nice little place or you can just drive out of town and have some drinks, have some food, you can call, you can order your stuff and just take it. You don't have to stay. Or if you want to stay here, that's what's up. And of course they have special events for Valentine's. You can rent a hall. You can rent a hall. You can rent a hall for weddings, for birthday parties, to have a bash. I hope he edits that out. But you know, whatever it is, this is definitely the place to be. So it's on Sideline Dam. You definitely want to ensure that you check this place out. But it's on your to-do list. All right, on your to-do list. This is definitely the place to check out, you know, a really cool, chill spot here in Buxton. I like this. This is, Buxton needed this. We needed this. I needed this. You definitely needed too. All right, so you might be wondering where we are, still in Buxton.
Morning, are you morning? Welcome to another program of Guyanese Morning Time. It is 26 minutes to the 8 o'clock hour on the 29th day of October in the year 2025.
How you been doing? How are you? How was your yesterday? How was your last night? How you doing today? I mean, yesterday morning we missed the program. We had to cancel the program because the internet was bad and so on. I trust this morning it's much, much better. And so we're going to have a program. It's Empowerment Wednesday. But let us remember our Caribbean neighbors, our brothers and sisters, the Jamaicans. Them smile, but them Talawa people. Right now, as I like to say about them, Melissa got them in a spot of bother them, man. So let us remember them. Let us keep them in our prayers and so on. Let us lift them up to our Creator, whoever we perceive Him to be. Good. And ask that they stay safe. There will be some destruction of material things and so on, but let us hope and pray that there isn't any loss of life. Right. And, when I looked at the footage and so on of Melissa going on in Jamaica, they got two things I want to show you. One, I want to play some music for you, and that is Loving Dear. Loving Dear, I think that was in the 80s or 90s when it was Hurricane Gilbert. Gilbert mashed up Guyana, and Loving Dear made what I call an eternal hit. That song remains relevant every time you hear about a hurricane. So here is Loving Dear for you. Wild Gilbert, Wild Gilbert.
Water come in a me room. We sweep up song with me broom. The liquor dog love to see such fun, and the bitch you run away with. Come now, come now, come now. Who no see me dish? Who no see me dish? Anybody who no see me satin like the dish? Who no see me dish? Who no see me fire? Rough. We would like to express our sympathies to those affected by Gilbert. While Gilbert, water come in a me room. The sweep out song with me broom. The liquor dog laugh to see such fun, and the dish run away with the spoon. Come now, who no see me dish? Who no see me dish? Anybody who no see me satin like the dish? Who no see me dish? Who no see me dish? Anybody who no see me satin like this? Come, dish take off like flying saucer. The roof migrate without a visa. Bedroom full of water. Me in and the dark, no light, no one ya. And true, me no have no generator. Me say one cold beer cost $10. Me fish and me meat spoil in the freezer. A pure bully beef full of me structure. Come, full of bully beef, full of bully beef. Me can't get me cook, so me full of bully beef, full of bully beef, full of bully beef. Me can't get me cook, so me full of bully beef. Come, water come in a me room. We sweep out song with me broom. The liquor dog laugh to see such fun, and the dish run away with the spoon. Water wet up me shoes and now wet up me hat. Wet up me dog and wet up me cat. Wet up the bed, wet up me parrot. Water wet up me what's it not? You mean you what not? No me what's it not? Water wet up me what's it not? Me I look so we safe, dry and warm. The youth them a looting the raging storm. We thank the Lord, we never get hurt. Them say thank you Lord for Mr. Gilbert. You see me fridge? Gilbert give me. You see me color TV? Gilbert give me. You see me new stereo? Gilbert give me. You see me new video? Gilbert give me. Come now, water come in a me room. We sweep on some with the broom. Little bit. The liquor dog laugh to see such fun, and the dish run away with the spoon. Follow me, natty dreadlocks, sit down inside. And look how Gilbert a gone outside. When breeze lick down me such in restaurants. Natty dread don't pop and chant. Lick them jaw, go and go do it. And them did the dread, poke fi eat. Juke them jaw with storm and thunder. Tear off them roof and broke them window. Two sheets as ink blow off a Joe house. Dread flash him locks and start to shout. Selassie I jaw, king of kings. Sure them say how we run things. Blow away them house but make them survive. So when them see I, them will realize it's true I merciful, why them alive. A little of that Gilbert turn back. Lift off the roof of a natty dread shock. Him say blouse and skirt, I must never know. Say I and I live right just so. Water come in a me room. You know. Sweep up some with me broom. The little dog laugh to see such fun, and the dish run away with his
lose her blouse and skirt. Wah, wah, why Gilbert? Me sorry say Gilbert never divert. Wah, wah, why Gilbert? Follow me. Me so frightened me couldn't even talk. Me kitchen back door gone for your walk. Light gone, the whole place dark. Me neighbor bad dog, stop back. Rain a fall, breeze a blow. Kitchen backside out a door. Rain a fall, breeze a blow. Kitchen backside out a door. Water come in a me room. Sweep on some with the broom. The little dog laugh to see such fun. And the dish run away with the spoon. Yeah, breeze a blow, rain a come down. Mama say, Oliver, storm a come. I don't want you to get wet for your own protection. Go in the closet. Him say, no, Baba, me no in a it. Me want experience it. You say me a young, but me no no storm. But this a little piece can't do me no harm. Gilbert start, Oliver laugh and say, dibby hurricane move and go away. Gilbert get vexed and pick up speed. I blow like when young jackass a breed. When the first sheet a zinc cliff off overhead. Oliver first reach under the bed, under the bed, under the bed. Oliver hiding under the bed. Come, water come in a me room. We sweep out some with the broom. A little bit. The little dog laugh to see such fun, and the dish run away with the spoon. Me say Gilbert blow and a pear tree drop. Him blow down me Sachin grocery shop. Him go a John church and blow off the top. Say all night long him a blow non-stop. Blow away the youth to a loot and a rap. Gilbert did one bitch have a blow job. Me never see this from I was born. Gilbert take when me roof and gone. Me no have no way for shelter. So everywhere me turn, a pure water. Come, when me look, me see me bingo bag blowing in the breeze like a blasted flag. So me nail it down on the house top, and all of a sudden the leaking stop. So me under me bag, me shelter under me bingo bag. Me say me under me bag, shelter under me bingo bag. Follow me.
Morning again, morning again. Welcome. Thank you for staying tuned to the program. You got to stay in place, shelter in place, shelter under your bingo bag. That's the recommendation of loving there. It might sound, the lyrics might sound light-hearted, but hurricane and storms and disaster, they're serious business. It's serious business you're talking about. And so I know that the people in Jamaica, for starters, and the extended Caribbean are in troubled times, anxious times. Definitely Melissa's touchdown and lash up the Jamaicans. I saw a video previously. I love the creatives, I love the creatives. And that is why I smile, because about a couple of days ago I saw a video, satire, of course, somebody telling Melissa she gotta get permission for pass Jamaica. I said, Jamaican, they asked me, you're Jamaican? Where you come here for? You gotta get permission. Who give you permission? Who give you permission? You ain't got no permission. We ain't get permission. And Melissa beg, man, and some kind of attitude for say, let you pass, man. Let you pass. Let you pass. Normally, when we say a hurricane pass, I think in general terms, we usually say, well, it passed the island, it passed the territory. It didn't really cause major destruction or harm to the territory. But Melissa showed them that she ended up on a passing business. Like, she's stopping in for tea, breakfast, and dinner. She want to know what is there, what is being served, right? And in her rat, I'm sure she has left and will leave some destruction in her aftermath. But the fact is, and the other side of life is that, these are what we call natural disasters. But of course, we got so many man-made disasters around us. right? And some people argue that even these natural disasters are as a result of mankind's mistreatment of the environment, right? And mankind's disobedience of the Creator God. And so, this man in got time and place. Um, and so when you disrespect your Creator, when you take no heed to your warnings, then you are faced with the wrath, as they say, of God. And so one Jamaican interpreted as the wrath of God, playing out there. And so he listen to this Jamaican pray and ask for forgiveness of the island.
Father, God, Father, Father, Christ, Father, God, Father, if we do the wrong, please forgive me, Lord. Remember me, little host, God.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Where did that go?
Oh God, when we dead and God, let me to God, remember me. Thank you, Lord. In the name of Jesus, I pray for Jamaican and love, Lord. Father, we know so wicked, and then walk over them, they hold them people picnic, then do all manner of evil. Now you show them up, you show them who in charge. Almighty God, forgive we, Lord, for our sins. The word, right? Father God, we know we are wicked, and we know we bad mind. But forgive we, Lord. We need you now, Jesus, more than ever. We can't deal with this, God. Oh God. Father, mercy, Lord. Mercy, children, good right now, God. We are begging in the name of Jesus. Cover we, Lord. Cover we. Guide and protect we, God. Jesus Christ is wicked and Gilbert. No, sir. Melissa. Go easy. Melissa, Jordan, go easy. Jordan, skirt, Melissa. Jesus Christ. Father, God, Father, if we do the wrong, please forgive me, Lord. Remember me, little host, God. Oh God. When we dead and God, let me them. Do God.
Yes, so there you have it. That Jamaican man, a Trelawney man, Jamaican, you know, pray to blood clot himself. You know, I mean, it sounds funny, but it's serious thing. Old people say, what man for laugh, what man for cry, or think for laugh, think for cry, man, I laugh. Right? I can imagine the troubles and trials of those people. Right? One thing the man asked God, he said, remember my little house. Remember my little old house, man. I mean, that and God left it for my children. At least that is one man who is looking to leave a legacy for his next generation. Right? And if nothing else, you can big him up for that. He has the idea that he needs to leave something for his next generation. And how many of us are continuously think about what we need to leave for our next generation? How many of us think about the next generation? And in broad terms, in terms of not only the acquisition of wealth and passing on of wealth, but what about security? What about health? How many of us think about those things? Some people just grab like Mrs. Grab It. They just grab everything. And they don't think about the impact that grabbing would have on others and would have on themselves and their next generation. You know. Every time I look around the Guyanese society, I see attitudes like those. And I ask myself, what is wrong with us as a people? Right? What is wrong with us as a people? When are we going to stop thinking selves only? Then are we going to start putting nation and nationhood first? You know, just yesterday I was reflecting, I was thinking, ever so often I get to the point where I feel so overwhelmed that I want to just bid this political activism goodbye. Ever so often I get to that place. And when I stop and I think, I say, you want to leave it and you want to go, you want to leave it behind. Why did you get involved in the first place? Have you achieved that which you wanted to achieve for your country, for your people? You got involved because you want to make people's lives better. You got involved because you want to see communities better. You got involved because you want to serve. Have you achieved that? Are you really at the end of the road that you could pack up and say, well, to hell was everything else? I'm tired of this bull. And so when I'm brought to that place and I look around, I say, you know, there's more to be done, and there's a lot more to be done. What if you keep pouring out and there's no pouring in? Then eventually you become depleted. You become depleted. And so sometimes it's necessary to look around you and really assess the situation. Is there a need for me and my services and my activism here? Or is there a need for me to take that energy somewhere else? Should I be going at it 24/7 all the time, or there's a time for me to take a break and rest and recuperate and come back fresher and stronger so I can be of better service? Those are questions to be asked, right? On Friday, I'm going to court. Friday is supposed to be the handing down of the decision in the matter of the cybercrime charges that were brought against me. When on this very program, somebody called and suggested that certain things be done to the likes of Jagdio and Anil and Irfan and so on and so forth. And the government decided to prosecute me for it. Not prosecute, because there's not prosecution, only there's prosecution. I can't count the days or the months or the weeks or the years that we have been in court on it. But I know definitely Friday is when the magistrate will hand down the ruling. That is what I remember. And who knows? Maybe after Friday I want to sit back and reassess the situation and decide, are you going to continue with the political activism? You're supposed to get a visa by, you can take the visa, collect your passport from the court, because the court has a passport. Collect the passport from the court and you're going to beat out and go online for a couple mornings and then come back home refreshed. And while you're lineman, you're going to chart a new course, or you're going to decide how you're going to strengthen this course that you want. Those are all things that are going through my head. I tell you plain and straight, me, if I listen to the first voice in my head, I ain't gonna be going any place. I ain't gonna be going any place. But what I will do while I'm here might be the big question. What do I do while I'm here? Good. But my encouragement to you is not to give up. Just as I'm encouraging myself not to give up. If I leave political activism, it doesn't mean that I will not be an activist of some sort. I can be an economic activist. How about that? Right? I can be an economic activist because my drive right now is to see our people economically empowered outside of the politics. Right? I personally believe, and I will say it, and I know I said a lot of things in the last week or two that a lot of people are offended by, and especially people in the political realm. I know they're offended, and they're watching me, as people say, with suspicious eyes or whatever eyes, they're watching me. Some might be with hatred in their heart and disdain and so on, but who cares? Who cares? Like I said, my concern is really about for the masses of the people. My concern is about the masses of the people. And so when I speak my truth, when the minority, the 1% that is in government and political power, and they get offended, it really doesn't bother me. I know some of them are desperate enough to want to bring harm to me and my offspring and even friends and associates and so on. But do I live in fear? Do I duck and go under a rock because I know that they got wicked people? Nah. So I ensure that I gotta keep on keeping on. And I'll keep on keeping on. Then when I look around this society, it's really a troublesome thing. Guyana has crossed the threshold, if I can call it that. I'm not sure what Denise is saying. Oh, the latter is not a good alternative plan. And I can't remember who is the latter right now. Listen, I'll deal with that, Denise. Yes, Guyana's crossed the threshold of safety or insecurity, whichever one you want to see it. Right? Guyana's moved from a place of relative safety and security, to a place of imminent danger and destruction. You haven't called me doomsday and so on and so forth. But the Guyana that many of us knew growing up, that was long gone. The PPP brought so much wickedness and deviousness into this society when they took power in 1992 or whenever it was, that the innocence of this society disappeared. Our children could no longer play in the streets without us looking over our shoulder, without them looking over their shoulders. With the widespread introduction of drugs and the underground economy and corruption and so on in this society, our children became endangered. And so the innocence that we as a people, as Guyanese knew, right up to when the PPP took over, just disappeared. A lot of people, the PPP sycophants, the PPP supporters, the PPP enablers and gatekeepers and so on would say, Mr. Amsterdam, they had crime before the PPP and so on. Yeah, that crime before. That crime before. But crime and criminals were dealt with condignly within the confines of the law. I remember people like Gillaus in his early days. We had Ramsey, a chap named Ramsey. Robocop, I think, came along later. But I remember we had some quote-unquote bad man in Buxton and police used to get them a flingings every day to get it right. Sergeant Cadogan and all of them policemen, I remember them. But one of the things I remembered is that when crime was getting out of hand, HDH had the gall, the temerity to use the hangman's noose. HDH, hang them high. You Desmond High. That is what we turned his initials into. Hang them high. Because Desmond High say, I'm going to hang y'all. I'm going to hang y'all. And the trapdoor at Camp and Lamahadir certainly swung a couple of times. And so the criminals were circumspect, if I can call it that. They start behaving themselves to some extent. Because they know you can't kill somebody, you can't commit certain crimes and go and sit in the prisons and relax and know here it is as against where it is for an indefinite period of time called life imprisonment and so on and so forth. You have to study when the young man noose gonna come and the trapdoor gonna fly. And so there were killings, but they weren't as wanton as they are. No. I looked at a video this morning Travis Chase video. I don't know how many of you saw it, of the shooting on the west side. And if I say that was unnecessary, trust me, it was unnecessary. I don't know how many of you saw it, but it was really, really unnecessary. Because here you are as a business person. Somebody come into your place, they bought something, they came back and, you know, they complain about it not working and so on. I can understand that. I understand emotions gonna run high. People gonna get vexed and so. I can understand that. I can understand you're gonna be aggravated.
Thank you, Lord. In the name of Jesus. I pray for Jamaica and we love Lord.
Oh, you had your time. Relax. Disappear. Yeah. Right? I can understand all of that. But where is the humanity? Where is the thought? About what your actions will result in when you take them. Where is the little angel, as I would say, on your shoulder that can tell you, walk away? Walk away. In terms of the shooter, walk away. In terms of the complainant, walk away. And I'll show you the video in case you didn't see it. And then let me make my comment before I forget. A confrontation such as this has to take place in this country because the agencies of state do not function. And the politicians and the bigwigs who are in the seats of power do not care. That is why a confrontation such as this has to take place. The politicians don't care about a man who is living off of a starvation wage and is forced to buy a foreign used car, is forced to buy a foreign used television, is forced to buy a foreign used cell phone, is forced to buy foreign used household items, or is forced to buy those very items of poor quality. The politicians, they don't care about that. Because a lot of them, like Bar Jaggio, when he was building his home at Prado 1, I think, and Gail Teixeira and so on, were able to build with imported marble stones and so on. Whether they had businessmen donating, according to them, containers of these lavish items to them to construct their homes, or whether or not they had the wherewithal, access to government funds and corrupt funds and all of that, to build it and to furnish the homes. Then concerned about the ordinary man who living off a starvation wage, a slave labor, slave wage situation, and is forced to buy these second and third quality things. Because if they were concerned, then they would have ensured that they put systems in place to ensure that even if you are forced to buy foreign used items, they're items that are of a higher quality or of good quality so that you get your money's worth. And they would have ensured that agencies such as the Consumer and Complaints Authority, if that is the name we used to call them, Consumers Affairs, and Bureau of Standards, they would have ensured that those agencies which are meant for consumers' protection were not only functional, but they had teeth. They had teeth in that when they issued an instruction or when they had cause to take somebody to court, justice would have been served, and it would have been served effectively and efficiently. And that is how you know they don't care. Because they leave you citizens to do battle among yourselves, to right simple wrongs. A man turns up at a popular auto sale, bought a high-end vehicle, paid for it in his hard-earned US dollars, come home, collect it, and within a day of collecting it, it broke down. He broke down. And in the dead of the night, technician got to come with computer to get it restarted. And it restarted and it drive from one location to another and it broke down again. And it was to be left in the open. Until the next day when the technician decided, well, I'm going to work because it's daytime. A man could buy what he considered a foreign used vehicle only to find out that it was brought into this country in two parts and welded together. And so under pressure, the chassis broke. And the car dealer is going to give him hell to get back his money or get a replacement. Because the agencies of state are not allowed to function. Number one, according to the law. Number two, they are not given resources to function. Number three, they are not allowed independence and autonomy. Because all these situations that I'm telling you about are situations which have taken place in this country. But these so-called businessmen have connections to government. And so a phone call will either ensure that you get delayed to the extent that you're fed up and leave it alone, or all out, nobody pays attention to you. I read the other day a man ordering a fishing boat, 2 fishing boats as a matter of fact, paying his money to get them done. The boat was built by the builder allegedly and sold to some foreigner who saw it and liked it. And no replacement was provided for the person who paid for the building of the boat. A report to the police, an investigation apparently turned out to tell the aggrieved party, by this thing ain't going nowhere, the man got connections. This thing ain't going nowhere, the man got connections. That will or can result in the murder of somebody. So the bigwigs are exposing us to fight each other. If you got connections, you could kill somebody. You could rob somebody. You could be unfair and unjust to somebody, and nothing will come out of it. But in the same breath, I want to say, because you got connections, somebody could kill you out of frustration. But the bigwigs don't care about that because they're insulated. They're insulated. Nobody gonna take the chance of robbing them. They're robbing people every day. Nobody even gonna take the chance of killing them because they're robbing them. And so they don't care. They don't ensure that the systems work in the society. And when you do that, what you create is a society of the Wild Wild West. And that is what we're dwelling in. We have crossed that threshold of safety as a society, as a community. I don't safety first anymore. Let me show you the video. If you didn't see it, like I said.
fucking up. You make us I get what? Make us something. You want to you want to no, you want to you want to put the fucking enemy.
From the video, some people might say that the now dead man is the aggressor. Did you see the businessman being aggressive? Because I saw the argument, both men pointing fingers, and the businessman swung at the finger the other one and said, "Hey, don't point your son so in me face," or something like that. I saw that. Did you see that? So that might be where the true real aggression started. I mean, physical aggression, and then the now deceased pelted. What I learned to be is a glue bottle or a bottle of glue at the businessman. The businessman had enough time to move from where he was to go where the gun there. Maybe we activate or deactivate the safety wherever it is, do with gun and then shoot. In that split second, let me call it even that. You don't know the harm of a gun? You don't know what a gun does? You shoot for kill. You don't shoot for miss. You shoot as a warning. Did you really feel that you were under threat? Ultimately, I believe this businessman felt so empowered that he believed that he could shoot this customer and nothing will come out of it. Maybe it wasn't his intention to shoot and kill, but that's what bullets do. They kill people. Ultimately, they kill people ultimately. But here's where the state doesn't function. Here's where the state doesn't function. A man is murdered or killed, whichever language you want to use. And the killer is out on $1 million bond, or bail as we call it. Yeah, you what they doing? $1 million bail bond. The young politician, what's his name? Devin Sayers, I think, from Linden, caught in a vehicle with lots of ganja, weed, herbs, nature's production, whatever you want to call it. And if I remember, he's still on probation, on remand. He's still on remand. He didn't take anybody's life. As far as I know, ganja don't kill nobody. As far as I know, transporting ganja don't kill nobody. The two persons who were arrested with a ganja, none of them engaged the police in exchange of gunfire or fire shot at anybody. As a matter of fact, the police didn't report that they found any arms or ammunition in the vehicle. But Sayers is on remand. But this businessman, who it is alleged was previously charged for having an unlicensed firearm, killed somebody and is on $1 million bail. There's several questions I want to ask. Several questions I want to ask. How did this man who was previously charged for an unlicensed firearm become eligible for a licensed firearm? Under whose instructions was the licensed firearm issued to this man? How long ago this licensed firearm was issued? What training this guy went through before being granted a license to hold a firearm, knowing that he was previously charged for an unlicensed firearm, allegedly? Those are questions that we would like to know. Those are questions the public should be asking. Who was recommenders, for example? Because I know when you apply for a license for firearms, somebody has to write a recommendation on your behalf. I wrote at least one of those recommendations. You see, when the court behaves like that, or when the authorities behave like that, then nobody has faith in the justice system. You know, when I heard that this guy was out on bail, you know what I thought? I said the magistrate gave him bail so he could go there for the family, the relatives of the person we killed, kill him back. That's what I thought. I said, seriously? They put this man on $1 million bail? They allow him to go back into society so that the aggrieved family could engage in Moses' law, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and kill him back. So the court ain't gonna get no work. But perhaps people are so confident in this society that once you got connections and you have money, nobody will take retributive justice, if there is a correct term. Nobody ain't gonna go to the wild, wild west or bring the situation into a situation of jungle justice. So you could kill a man casually, as I call it, go before a magistrate, and within a few hours be back on the street because you had $1 million to pay the fine. Imagine you had $1 million to pay the fine. But it was too much to refund somebody for a faulty item that they bought from you. It was too much for you to refund the cost of a faulty item or replace the item. But $1 million could have been found at the drop of a hat for you to be released from custody. Situations like those are aggravating. They're aggravating. And they contribute to society being as unsafe as it is. I see somebody keep asking, what is the police's position on that? On the murder of another policeman. Note, up until now, I have not identified the victim as a police. Because I want to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to explain something here to you and I'm finishing that. I want to give the killer the benefit of the doubt. He didn't know it was a policeman. Now, I want to make a more general statement. Policemen are human beings too. A policeman is a person, so it is a person that was murdered. Forget the office. And if you look, you see the person in civilian clothing. So there's nothing to say I can look at you and know that you are a police. And there's nothing to say that because you're a police, I should treat you differently to other customers. customers' rights should be respected regardless of their stations in life. And what we see exhibited here by that customer is human, is natural. Some people might say behave so because he's a police. But put any human being, the average human being in a situation like that, they're going to behave even worse. Sometimes he was as constrained as he was because he's a police or was a police. But in the same breath, I want to say this. That businessman knew him as a police because he lives in the area. He traverses the area. People on the selling know him as a police. So who is to say the policeman, the businessman, didn't know him as a police? And so I could shoot you and kill you even if you're a police. Because I'm covered. I know that I'm covered. I could do as I like. And I think the fact that he's out on bail is reason enough for others to believe that his connections, his money and connections. In some territories, let's say you don't kill a police and be treated lightly. Even if you are in the right, the squaddies would have collect you and they would have lock you up and they would ensure you get a royal treatment in the lockups, even before you go to court. Maybe you would have go to court after 72 hours, but you would have faced the royal treatment leading up to the 72 hours. But again, in this society, the blue wall of silence only obtains when the bigwigs are involved. Only when the bigwigs are involved. So yeah, take that. There's a value of a black man's life in this society, $1 million. It is 23 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. I want to talk to us about where we are with our terrorists and terrorism. But you know me are hearing music. And since I'm saying
another morning to save.
Since I'm saying we are in trying and testing times and we are in dangerous times, why not? Garnet Silk is asking the Lord to watch over his shoulders. Garnet is one of my favorite artists. I like some artists, I don't know if you people really pay attention to the music I listen to. I love reggae music, I love oldies.
Here I come again, Jaja. Before your presence we singing. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all little things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. How excellent is thy name, Deliver us from sin and shame. Out of the mountain, babe, and suckling, you have ordained strength. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. You're the only way. God be deep. With you I wanna stay. Please don't go away, Lord. Lord, watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget to where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't take a grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, Lord, without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget to where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all little things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget to where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. No other help I know. Watch over our shoulders, help us live our words. Alright. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget to where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget to
Yeah, some folks are saying that, a businessman should not be allowed to open his business again. In some societies, there would have been no business to open again. I remember reading, I think it was in Jamaica, where a shop owner assaulted a female, physically assaulted a female. And by the end of the day, the embers were there. Embers. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The community gave the shop owner some thrashing and they lit the business afire. So there ain't got no business for you to come back to. This business can't be a source of contention anymore in this community, because we settle the matter once and for all. You see, some people call it jungle justice and they call it lawlessness and so on and so forth. But when the justice system functions so slowly that people could hope that you die while waiting for justice, some people try to speed up the process. A lot of us got questions like, say, God might be slow, but he's sure. But mankind was made in the image and likeness of God. So you're saying that them want quick justice and not of God? Anyways, morning again, you're welcome. You're tuned to the Guyanese morning time. It is 29 minutes past 8 o'clock. Ghana is and will remain an unsafe space. My advice to people is stay on the move. Or should I say, my ultimate advice is stay in your corner. If you have no reason to be out of your homes, don't be on the road. If you have no reason to be out of your community, don't go to your community. Encourage your children to stay close to home at all times. Avoid crowded places. I mean, Guyanese have developed a culture now where they like to go to the malls, especially our young children. They like to go to the malls and hang out on weekends. Right? We got big screen televisions now in our homes. We got internet access in our homes. We got subscriptions to streaming services. We could see the latest movies and so on in our homes. But man is a social being. Man has to congregate. We gotta go to the movies. Even if it is to sit by ourselves in a corner among other moviegoers who are by themselves in a corner. We have to go to the movies. So we have to create crowds. That is how they have socialized us. But what if because I gotta get a big surround sound, I gotta get a big sound. What if I connect my television to my sound system in my home and I bring up the movie from one of the streaming services to which I'm paying, and I enjoy a big screen movie on a big sound system in the comfort of my home? And my halftime snack comes from my kitchen. Some good plantain chips or fish and chips or plantain and egg or something that is prepared in my home and I know it is healthy. And less costly, in the sense of less costly that how much I will pay for it if I go to the movies, and less costly in terms of the damage it will do to my health because of all the processed items that it has or doesn't have. We have to start thinking like that. Not only because Guyana is now an unsafe place for you to be congregating, ganging up here and ganging up there, but it also makes economic sense. It also makes economic sense. So my encouragement to us as a people, as a Guyanese society, number one, and as an Afro-Guyanese people community, let us start utilizing the brain power that we have. Let me stay home. Let me congregate at home. Let me watch a movie together as a family. It will bring the family closer together. Let us watch as a family. Let us create our own cinema atmosphere. We could have our movie nights and movie days. Even if we're paying for one night subscription or 1 week subscription, just to see that movie, we're paying per view. We want to see a movie. It will cost us. Let me just bring this down to you. Remember, somebody said there's an economic empowerment right here, and it's not by mistake that I'm going there because I say it's Empowerment Wednesday. 10 of us as a family decide we're going to the movies to see this movie. A movie ticket to the movies costs us $1,000 each. It's $10,000 for this family, plus transportation. Add refreshments to that. You ain't gonna get no refreshment at the cinema for less than $1,500. Unless it's a drink you're buying. But if you're looking for combo snack, my guess is you will pay about $1,500. So 10 of us getting a combo snack at the movies is another $15,000. 15 and 10 is $25,000 a 10-member family to go to the movies and have a good time. Let me say that 25,000 include transportation. I ain't making it exorbitant. It's 25,000. Look, magic that I could do with $25,000 in my home for the same 10-member family. We're going to pay for our subscription to watch the movie. We're going to prepare the snacks that we like in the comfort of our home. We're going to make our favorite things. We're going to know that it is healthy or even unhealthy according to our standards, but it's going to be better than what we're going to buy processed. We know that we ain't going to mash nobody toe in the public, so we ain't going to get no public confrontation. We know that nobody ain't going to walk into the cinema with a submachine gun and murder all of us because we don't use. I know, Mr. Amsterdam, you're pushing it. I said Guyana is now an unsafe space. We have become even more unsafe because we have allowed the Americans and the so-called war on drugs, but really war against Venezuela, to utilize our space as a staging platform for aggression against another neighboring country. And so that country is now aggressive to us. In case you don't understand what I'm saying, that country is now aggressive to us. But let me stay with the economics before I get to the political and geopolitical. So $25,000 can give us heaven at home for one day, for watch one movie we're going to do, and we're going to enjoy way better. We're going to laugh among ourselves. We're going to tap one another shoulder. We're going to tantalize one another. We're going to get to share experiences with each other just around the movie, because the movie might have a theme that touched on something that happened to someone of us or happened in the community. So we're going to get a starter discussion. And we will be comfortable knowing that we are in the quote-unquote safety of our homes. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. And that is why I said quote-unquote. But at least we will feel safer in our homes than in those crowded places. And I'm saying to you, start avoiding them, because Guyana is now at a place where we ain't got protesting terrorists. We got bomb detonating terrorists. It's not the first bomb that was detonated. There are two previous to that, one by the police and one by Mandela or wherever, by the water place. And now that I look at it, the commissioner of police say he ain't making no connection, and they ain't want to make no connection now. But let me give you the connection that I saw. The thickness of the concrete at the gas station could be, is that a simulation, a simulated, could be compared to the thickness of the concrete that was damaged on the back road with that explosion. Because of the construct, the grade, the quality, they must have been looking for something close to what a gas station is likely constructed of. And so let us see the efficacy, the efficiency, the impact that this device is likely to produce, and how it is going to affect such a structure. And so they tested the thing. One by the water plate, one by the police station. And so they went back to the drawing board and they do the thing. And they were ready to do havoc at the gas station. So we ain't got protesting terrorists like Robin Simon and others who, because they protest, they get arrested and charged with terrorism. They didn't have guns and they didn't have bombs, but they were labeled terrorists. Now we are real terrorists. bomb detonating terrorists. And so we have to understand that it is best to remain in the safety of our homes, or relative safety of our homes. And let those that have created their political, geopolitical problems, let them and their friends face the fallout of those geopolitical problems. Because with war comes economic problems. And let them face the economic fallouts in that nobody is in the cinema, and nobody is in the fast food joints, and nobody is ganging up here, and nobody is ganging up there, because they have taken Guyanese for granted, and they, through their selfish actions, have brought terrorism to these shores. Desmond Wilson are coming there like you in my head. Let them deal with the fallouts of that. The commissioner of police and the powers that be say, "Hey, we catch the criminals. We get about 6 of them in custody, and we get the bomb man, the man who said the bomb and detonated the bomb, and so we caught him in Region 3, and so kudos." When it was say our smart city cameras they were integral in us apprehending the suspect in a timely manner. Kudos. The same group of clowns, I wouldn't call them anything except clowns, sitting around that table, say they're doing a press conference, said that a man came in a few hours before the bomb was set and detonated. He entered these shores a few hours before the bomb was set and detonated. According to them, he walked with the bomb. He bring it. He bring it. Well, I said fool attack, but fool now listen. The presence of that man in this country, the setting of that device and the explosion and damage and all of that which resulted from it is evidence that we have terrorist cells in this society. And I'm willing to bet that they are cells. And I will tell you why I'm willing to bet they are cells. For all the years, the days, weeks, and months that the PPP has been allowing Venezuelans and other foreign nationals to come into these shores freely and walk about and do what they like freely in the interest of political power, because they want to give them ID cards and get them to vote for us, get them to vote for the PPP and so on. What they've been turning a blind eye to, which I've constantly reminded you of, the story of Troy. The Venezuelan government that has a dispute, a misunderstanding, what you will call it, with the Guyana government over territory and border, obviously would have taken that opportunity to send its militarily trained people into this country. And so the people who are coming to this country and are in all of our communities around this country are no ordinary Venezuelan citizen, because quite frankly, I didn't think Venezuela have ordinary citizens for me, because every citizen is a soldier. They are all militarily trained. But I'm willing to bet in every community across this country, they got those who are trained in espionage. Those who are trained to spy. Those who are trained to recce. Those who are trained to rig up explosive devices. We see the evidence just a few days ago. We say in a Spanish-speaking man. Some people they say don't speak no Spanish-speaking man is a Venezuelan man. Well, by the way, Hickins and them said it too. So we have across our country a number of military trained Venezuelans in our communities. And these clowns around the table telling us that this particular operative, let me call him operative, this particular operative is a member of a violent Venezuelan drug cartel. Well, let me ask them some questions. I wasn't at the press conference, and they will never have me at the press conference, because even if I get accredited to go to the press conference, they wouldn't want to answer the questions that I will ask. The first question is this: why would a dangerous Venezuelan drug cartel target a gas station that is American branded, or that has been recently rebranded by an American company? Because remember, there was a rebranding. It was what we had in this country? Shell, Guyane, and some other one. But that gas station was rebranded to Mobile. Some people say Mobile. Mobile, whichever. Prefer. Right? But why would a dangerous Venezuelan drug cartel target a service station that is American branded? I want to know that. I got two answers I could possibly say. Or let me ask the next question. Apart from the gas station being American branded, who owns it? Who's the owner of this gas station? And you will see where I'm going with that. Who is the owner of this gas station? Because listen, we got Gael just a stone's throw away. We got Gael just a stone's throw away, a corner away also. Yeah, just a corner away. But no, we want the American branded gas station. But this is a violent Venezuelan drug cartel. So what we got to do with why would we attack an American branded gas station? Because the Americans saying that Maduro is in cahoots with a violent Venezuelan drug cartel. So, the Americans are coming against us. They're bombing us in the open ocean, open seas. And so we're going to damage this American branded gas station. But the American branded gas station is a national asset for the Americans. It's a company branded. But weeks ago or months ago, in the news, there were reports that a violent drug cartel threatened the life of the head of KANU. Am I right? The head of KANU is, what's his name? What singer is the head of KANU? That says Joe Singson. Is what's singing name? Can't remember, man, but he's a singer. So did this attack on this gas station, James is saying, thank you, Vibert. Was this attack on this gas station an attack on an asset that belongs to the head of KANU or somebody related to the head of KANU? I'm just theorizing, I'm asking. Because somebody has to explain for me what is the rationale behind a member of a violent Venezuelan drug cartel attacking a service station, a gas station. which once successful will destroy property and lives of a whole lot of quote unquote innocent people. And it shall become a national disaster. Why would a violent Venezuelan drug cartel have interest in creating a national disaster? Does that very violent Venezuelan drug cartel have geopolitical connections? As in connection to the Maduro government, and so the battle between the Maduro government and the American government is directly or indirectly impacting them and so on? Or is it this war on drugs? This war on drugs that is affecting them. They know direct players in this war on drugs, and so they are looking to be retributive. They're executing a plan which said, we're going to get you. You're the other kind, we're going to get you. And so the question is, I'm asking again, is there any relationship between the head of Kano and this gas station? Because I'm putting the news together, right? A few weeks ago, reports were that the head of Kano, James Singh, was threatened by members of a violent drug cartel. I can't remember if it had said Venezuelan, right? The police at the press conference yesterday said, this man is a member of violent Venezuelan drug cartel. So was this act intending to impact a particular individual, impact an entire society, impact a government? What were these actions intended to do? I want them questions answered for me. Who owns the gas station? And whether or not the police believe that they have eliminated the threat to this society from this terrorist cell or cells that no doubt exist here. Because I'm willing to put my head on a block. This detonator, this person was being arrested, didn't bring no bomb from Venezuela. And if he brought a bomb from Venezuela, that should be more concerning for us. How does a foreign national pass through all the ports, all the check lines, if I can call them that, and get to our capital city with an explosive device with nobody detecting that? It's 7 minutes to the 9 o'clock hour. We'll open up the lines for about 18 minutes. No, 7 and 15:22. For about 20 minutes, we can open up the lines. The lines are opened. 6225933 is the number to call. Stay in your house. Make your house your cinema, or your mall, or wherever you want to make it. You never know when again they will strike. And people just learn from the mistake. I expect them to only get better. And say if they're going to get better, next time around, the damages might be more. Condolences to the family, relatives, and friends of the 6-year-old that lost their life. Speedy recovery to those who have been injured. Caller, you on. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. sisters in Guyana. First thing first, Flash God. I'm getting make a feedback. Are you getting enough feedback too? Okay, I am responsible for what I said, but not how you interpret it. Economic empowerment. Many weeks, many months, many years on the same program. Flash Garden used to encourage my black brother and sister. But I say word. I said it is time for black people save more, buy less, and invest. But today the topic is economic empowerment. It comes in a whole package because that don't fall from coconut tree. You got to make sacrifice. You got to save because it costs money. What happened to the policeman in Bobby's? Flash Garden used to say that again. When my grandmother teach me that Kuli people love power, money, land, and she always put this word in power, and they love to kill black people. She said, my grandson, black people was never allowed them to get power. Let them have money because they will work and save them money. Is that why Bonham make sure they will get power for 28 years because Bonham was in the guts of PPP and Bonham learned and know the attitude towards black people. When Desmond Prasad go inside there, he stopped black people for continue to get economic empowerment by giving fair election. He want to show black people that he could go to the White House. Bonham go there. And when he returned back, economic empowerment stopped for black people because of what he did. Bonham said, don't get involved in other people's business, and you don't get involved in other people's business. Take care of your business. So all these things that happening today to black people, we got to start and point finger to the dead man. I could remember the Jamaican government warned Desmond Prasad, do not give out no license for no combo. It will damage your country. It will damage your economic empowerment because you will not know how many money coming and going out. He said no to the Jamaican government. Look what happening today with giving out license. I could go on and on, but I don't have much time. Friday we'll talk the rest. Thank you very much for your time.
Number to call you, tune to the Guyanese morning time.
Good morning, Kadaki. I think from the time that Kuliman get that gun, he tell himself that I got to kill a black man first. And he get his wishes.
Yeah, good
Because he put the gun so fast and shoot the man that
okay.
That was his initiation. They gotta kill a black man first with this gun. Or this gun for kill black man. You understand me? But we black people are concerned, this is the next case that they have to leave to God. This is a case that they will say, God is in control. And they have been destroyed all over Guyana for the same mentality. You understand me? That same stupid mentality. You understand? Look what is going on in other countries now. They are rising up, especially African countries. Look what is going on. You black people, you guys sit down there and take what Jack just put in upon you guys. Bye.
Caller, please unmute and proceed.
Hello? Yeah. Um, Good morning to everybody. You see the farmer economic that you gave out there about people staying home and looking at the TV and so that I hope people could follow that advice because Kadaki what you say that is so true. Imagine I was a picture freak back in the day, Strand and the cinema and they open your gun and see the picture. And when TVs came in was problem. And now I don't feel comfortable going out and looking at a movie. I would prefer looking at a movie home. And all the way you say is true. Now, that is one I did a live yesterday. And I said probably the intelligence should go down into the ownership of the gas station. And when you get to the ownership, you could start digging up from there to see what could have led this type of aggression. Right? You explaining some points. Now it is so scary because people commute quite a lot because I got to use public transportation all the way. Sometimes I would get a little drop from my nephew or my son. That is one some far. But to get me around to Georgetown answer is commute. You got to travel on the bus. You got to travel on the boat. How safe are we now in this country? With this will go on Sunday. It leaves at least me and plenty people were thinking along my line in a state of fright because you don't know. You could be walking, you see somebody with a bag, better they look like these people, you tend to jump. I don't know what is going to happen. And when it comes to the person who they have picked up, the pictures is showing difference. You could see you might say got face recognition. How they were able in such a short space of time to pick up a person. And in Guyana, we know they just find a person and create them into a criminal by beating beating whatever they want the person to say. And after constant brutality, the person to save the life would blurt out just to save the life. And they may not be the true culprit. So the thing what they said that the person confessed, I don't feel anybody has confessed to anything because the picture showing a difference to the parents who lost the child and understand they got other people who are grossly affected. I pray that you could get solace, you could think, but I know it's going to be something that is going to be left with you as long as you live. And I hope that persons could take that advice. You look, I would sometimes people would buy fried fish and plantain chip and give me. Now, Kadaki, when I buy fish, I eat in fish and chips steady. I could remember talking about going and buying a piece of chicken and what I end up getting. Couple mornings ago, I saw people, time you sit down, save the little bit of money that you got, and you might save your life in doing so. Lastly, Kadaki, I would like to know if you will still be having the Christmas sales like what you usually have. And if so, can I ask you to have it a bit earlier? Because if you got the market like early in December, you could got one late too. But early in December, it got some people, I like me, I would do things like crochet pieces. And you may want to decorate your house early. But when you got it so low down, the low down part is like for the meats and some bam, you could go up the 20th. But if you want to decorate your house with local pieces, a market early in December would allow crafters to provide stuff that people may buy then rather than in December. Just look into it. Thanks and bye-bye.
Listen, what I think is that the sponge may people in Syria. Now, look at GPS compound. A lot of people selling outside on the Syrian road. Just the gate, that's not supposed to be. There should still nobody not sell between the age of bees. That is dangerous because that's
Call him yet and wait.
selling. They could spy and know every movement, everything. They should stop, no traffic, 7 years. And the police then, the policeman get mad, you know why? The policeman, something happened, will be all citizens, not the people who complain. They'll be against you. So in a time, I'll pick them to forum and kill them out. They look for that. Thank you.
Thank you for that call. On the point of selling in front of or around the defense forces headquarters and so on, look at BK's building. I think that's BK's building. Look at the high rises that are now going up around the Guyanese Defense Force. Just look at that, right? And for all those of you who like to say the Spanish are working for cheap, and that's why you're not hearing Guyanese and so on, I want you to understand that the Spanish could work for cheap because what the Spanish are earning from you is not their main source of income. Their main source of income is coming in bigger packages from their true employers. They might be taking your employment for next to nothing so that they can learn the lay of the land. Think about that one. Caller, you can unmute and proceed.
Morning, Kadaki. Is Empowerment Wednesday? Good. Something happened to me here on Sunday at a Guyanese establishment out there in New York. But I'm just going to use it because our people, we have a problem with customer service. We have a problem with when we own business, we think that we have arrived. Two things I want to touch on. I went into that establishment and said, look, I see a line is long waiting for things that people order. I have a flight to catch. I'm spending $250 between black pudding and white pudding. I don't say what I went to buy. All right. The guy turned to me and said, look, sorry, you're gonna gotta wait until everybody's served. And that's gonna take almost an hour. So I said, wow. And I walk away. I don't care if $200 is not significant to you, but $200 will affect your bottom line. I don't care what you say. It's $200 less. Think about two more people going there. That's $600, but less. All right. Our people have to learn customer service. There's certain people that are doing business will never turn that down. They will find a way to assist you so that you could get your stuff. You understand? Because I genuinely would have missed my flight if I had waited there an hour. So it's like we black people have to learn customer service. And next thing, we are good at opening businesses, but we're not good at scaling business. We are not good at setting systems up in a business that doesn't require us being there every day. We have to learn about that scaling business and setting up systems. All right. Um, to the people of Jamaica, I live what you live in. 20 years ago, I lived Hurricane Jean and Francis, 3 weeks apart, very, very slow moving storms. And it was category 4 and 5 that hit the Bahamas. And it was not pretty. I know what they're living. It was not pretty. You're out of water, you're out of lights, you're out of everything. Our prayers go out to them. That's all I have to say.
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam and viewers. Concerning what you're talking about this morning, please don't bring your people into the middle of the ocean and leave us. We depend on you. We look up to you. We proud of you for the work that you are doing to educate, edify your people, our people. And don't do this now. You're here already. You may not have 10,000, 40,000 standing with you now, but we never know. At the end of the tunnel, there's light. Please don't give up on your people now. We will get it right. We will stand together and we will rise. Some of us are awake, and some of us are waking slow, and some of us are still sleeping, but we're going to rise. We're going to wake up and stand together in unity. Time is the master.
Carry on. Good morning.
Hello. Morning, neighbor. Morning, all viewers. Morning, right-minded people of our beautiful country. But could actually just listen the brother, the last caller, talked just of his experience at some establishment in inside the beam and then first thing run to my mind is man, it's like how we just really roll to it one with self and them things. How we really pull ourselves down to because of certain little mishaps and all kind of things. We got nothing we as black people is going other places and them kind of things. People are telling me we can't come in, we can't this. We go through so much. We go through and these things when we could, I mean I'm saying that it should happen, but we just take it that we black people we always this we all why we inflicting on ourselves so it's we got to deal with we see nobody and none the races are the races. Them start to say, I'm really helping we, like how we just help out the others and them things. And I feel it's a real injustice to the thing itself when we got to be so. And we very much strong with the thing. We very much strong. We can't this, we always, that's why we can't do business. That's why who says so? The only business we can do is dirty business. That's why you'd find for years one body there with a black horse like there with a shop and it's just the same way and things. But we checking the fact that out of the same little shop one move and go nowhere, the scholars come out of there, doctors come out of there, and them kind of thing. We don't check the part. We just want to see the establishment. Yes, of course, when if it you feel good to know. And then think, you got stop, man. You can't do the to one to yourself, man. You can't do the horse to yourself. We go through too much. No other race and go through like we go through too much brothers and sisters. You know? Let me find another way wrong for dealing with you. Blessed love. Have a blessed day, my brother. Continue doing the good work. Continue keeping the vibes up, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your call.
Good morning, Kodaki. I know my call will be a little straight off from the program. And that's one of the only concern about the not concern that what happened to me with the Ghana police force. It's nothing really like threatening, but anyhow, I was doing a job up the highway, right? So I had my scaffolding up there. I had like 400,000 in scaffolding. Not about and corrupt up there. So me and the owner have a little misunderstanding. You understand? So he's trying to say that I'm not going to do his work and all this kind of stuff. So he take on himself to carry my scaffolding. So when I go to the police now, I'm not getting any justice. This is like 6-7 months now. And the police, I tell the police that the owners will get my scaffolding. They're telling me that I gotta wait until the guy come back in the country. You understand? I went to a lawyer, paid the lawyer money, ain't getting no justice. You understand? I losing money because people come and ask me for rent my scaffolding. I don't have scaffolding to rent them.
Morning, Barikidaki morning viewers. Good morning to my black brothers and sisters coming like Flash Garden this morning. Big up Flash Garden. My goodly black brothers and sisters. My condolences goes out to that young police officer that was murdered, brutally murdered by a PPP activist. Hussein. The Hussein family is a rich family down in West Coast, you know. Dombai is a Hussein. So you can tell how this linkage come from. Anyhow, my condolences goes out to that really young child that was get caught in that explosion. Anyhow, this is a message again to our black people, where you see like for run to other race, what don't like the guts of we, the guts of us, gonna put a vote. You see today, you see the backlash what you get. 5 more years upon us, and this 5 more years gonna be more brutal if we black people can stand up for what taking place to us in this country. They just go back in power. They ain't called parliament as yet, and what's going on in this country today? What's going on? The same people that they bring in this country, setting a lot of bomb threat to this country, a lot of explosion, allegedly 3 up to this time. What happened to the one that's at the outpost? What happened to the people that was captured? We hear back nothing about that. That got on the carpet. This is under the carpet government. This installed backward, stupid, thiefy, and racial government. This is under the carpet government. These people have something to link with this government. These things to these people doing this country and getting off. Anyhow, if that police officer was some relative of mine, that man ain't going to prison, you know. I tell you, straight. We got this thing going on and on with our African people in this country. On and on. I done said that man will put one bail and that man will get a manslaughter charge and so said, so done. Which part of the world, Guyanese black people, you see we don't like vote for our own race and gonna vote for the schooly people. I see what schooly people do to we. We can't get justice in this country. We can't get justice. People tell y'all, Mr. Norton tell y'all, do not waste your vote. Doctors tell y'all, do not waste your vote. What were y'all gonna do back again? Black people, y'all gonna pour your vote to Mohammed. Mohammed, a dunce talk like Mohammed. Now me say he's a dunce. He look like a dunce, he talk like a dunce, he act like a dunce. Your own uncle says he's a dunce. Oh my God. A man who don't know nothing about politics, you are putting in power. Yeah? You are running behind because you got little money. Check how much black people Mohammed help. Check Mohammed helping people. If you buck people and young people, Mohammed helping. Mohammed only help black people. Why we so naive, black people? When we gonna come to ourselves? I think this thing's supposed to be open. We eyes opening too much, you know. We eyes opening too much in this country. We see a lot of things going on to be in this country. And this thing all because of this installed government. This government know how regard black people. See them black people see there with this government. Y'all can't say nothing. All things that happening to black people, y'all can't come out and say nothing because you know why? Y'all has been tied. Y'all get shit for it. Y'all get shit, y'all get crocodile for it. Y'all get coolie shit for it. You see the man push food in your black.
Sometimes you can overdo it. That's all I want to say. Sometimes you can overdo it. But we got to the person, the voice note, the caller who said that he was working at somebody's premises and they had a misunderstanding. Caller, I said I was going to take calls up to 9:15. It's now 20 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. I give you 2 minutes. Proceed.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. You know, could I continue, sir? Yes. We a few weeks ago, Barry Jagdeo said that Guyana people Guyanese people stupid. But what I think he really intended to say is that they're really docile, especially poor people and black people. Look at this, going back to the justice. They got, let's say for instance it's a race. And we have number one, number two in the positions. Number one tell the referee, I want a bathroom break. but he decides that, okay, good, I'm gonna put number 2 in your position and bring one of my friend or one of my family and put it in number 2 position. When number 1 come back from bathroom break now, and say, all right, cool, I'm ready for race. Number 3 would ring from nowhere. The family say, you know what, me going with this position feel good. I staying right here. The whole situation broke up then. Because it's the family, so you got to stay with there, and the number 1 gonna knock out. This is a senior operative in the government. This is a justice. This is not a high court judge. This is not a peace court judge. This is a justice, somebody who interprets the law. They showed total disregard for her and just kick her out like that. The second situation here is, look, a policeman went to the store, had an argument with the owner, the business person, whoever. The business person pulled the gun, shot him dead. Let's see what happened now. Nobody in the armed forces said nothing about this here. Nobody in the legal fraternity said anything about the justice situation. We just taking everything like this is. Nobody, only the political commentators talking about this. So when Jagdeo said that be stupid, he meant be docile. That's what he meant to say. And I would like to leave you with this with the quote from the great late DMX. And this is for the black people in Guyana and the poor people in Guyana. It goes like this. You've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Keep it real, partner. Give to the needy. Ribs is touching. Don't make me wait. You ever wrong, I will bite you. I will snatch your plate. So, black people, poor people, take down the table, snatch your plate. I'm out.
Thank you for that call. Unless you're prepared to do, you ain't gonna get. Yes, I was saying, with regard to the caller who said he was doing a job and there was a disagreement, and the owner of the premises took his property. As far as I know, 2 things could be done there. I'm hearing you went to the police, but the police dragging your feet and saying you gotta wait until the man come back from foreign. If the man never comes from foreign, first and foremost, I would assume, let's say you have proof of evidence. Yes, you have proof of purchase of your property. You have evidence that your property is on this man's premises. You have evidence that this man confiscated or stole your property, because to me, it's a matter of stolen property. The police has to investigate it as stolen property because you didn't give you permission to take it and you take it. So if the police is investigating stolen property, are they telling me that they gotta wait until the accused comes back to this country before they can proceed with their investigations? If this man never comes back to this country, your property stays locked up in his premises until whenever, deteriorating, and so on and so forth. So I hope you made a report of stolen property, and so the police should be investigating that. Alternatively, I think you can sue the man. Because in some cases, the police will tell you there's a personal dispute, and so you gotta take a lawyer and you gotta sue the man. And so you can sue the man and you could wait till he come back. Because at the end of the day, when your lawsuit goes through, then you can make all your claims for loss of income and everything on it. But those are the choices I think are available to you. But again, I come back to the agencies of state not functioning and leading people to frustration. Because if you got my property locked up in your place and you go about your business and you don't care about my business, and the authorities don't want to do what the authorities are expected to do so that I can get my property, then I'll have a good day. I'll read between the lines, on the line and outside of the line. It is 24 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. It's time for me to go. It's month 10. We got bills to pay. And so Those of you who usually contribute to paying the bills, please do so. And those of you who have never contributed to paying the bills, please start contributing to paying the bills. We can talk more about paying the bills and how you will get the fund source and so on and so forth in another program. But it is 25 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour, and I have to go. Do have a pleasant rest of the day. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is karaoke at Club Twilight. So come on down to Club Twilight and let's have a fun time together. Good? We know we're home. Bye-bye.